Hi everyone, this is Doug Hansen, and this is my developmental psychology week 1 discussion. Let's get to know each other a little bit video. As far as my major goes, I'm majoring in the human services social work program at COTC, and after I finish that, probably going to continue education over at OSU for a bachelor's in probably social work to start with. As far as work goes, I work at Shepherd Hill. It's a drug and alcohol treatment center. I work there as a chemical dependency counselor, and by going to school, it'll allow me to get higher degrees and higher licenses. As far as things I like to do for fun, I like to go to a lot of concerts. I like to go to hockey games. I like to go antiquing. I like to go to the gym, spend time outside in the nice weather. So try to stay active as I get a little bit older here. So as far as concerns with the online classes, again, getting a little bit older, going back to school in my late 30s, now 40. The online learning platform was still new and kind of scary for me at first. Not having a classroom, not having direct interaction with a lot of my student peers. Took some getting used to. I think I'm getting better at it. And I think time management, again, working 45, 50 hours a week in a pretty intense job and trying to go to school has been a struggle in time management at times, but I think I'm getting better at it. So the video that I watched was by Jeremy Forbes, and it was how to start a conversation about suicide. And as a counselor working in a behavioral health unit, chemical dependency, a lot of our patients have attempted suicide. And unfortunately, over the years I've been working there, we've had a number of people who have succeeded as well. So it's always hard to watch those kinds of things happen. And some of the statistics that I wrote down, some of the lessons I learned here, were that there's 800,000 people per year that commit suicide, which I believe wrote down to 1 every 40 seconds. And that's a lot. That number is pretty high. I didn't quite realize that it was that high. And one of the things that the video talked about was when something like this happens, the conversation always turns to who's next. And I think it's oftentimes the people that we think are happy or are overcompensating for these depression issues. Robin Williams said that everyone that you fight is everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about. So be kind always. And unfortunately, that coming from Robin Williams, one of the funniest voices of our generation, took his own life. And so what happens is somebody takes their own life, and then these conversations start, but nobody really knows what to do. Whether it's asking somebody, you doing okay, you all right, you don't seem like yourself. And then if the conversation does turn to something more serious and heavy, people don't know where to turn or where to point people in the right direction. So the speaker, Jeremy Forbes, talked about how listening is an art form and it takes practice. And as somebody that does this for a profession, I find that it is an art form. It does take practice. There's no one way to talk to everyone. It's almost trying to cater your approach to each person and what they need. One of the things he also talked about was catering to your audience. And learning what services might be available, be it 211, which is a great service we have here in Licking County, and just learning what services are available, what agencies do what, and how to come together and help people. One of the other things that he talked about, and he had a great quote here, the pain of regret is far greater than the pain of hard work. And I really like that because I think a lot of times if somebody takes their own life or overdoses or anything like that, it's always what could we have done or what we should have known. And so it's this pain of regret versus the pain of learning how to talk to people about this and learning how to have these difficult conversations. And we live in a society where it's almost pull yourself up by your bootstraps and put your big girl panties on and just get through this and don't talk about your feelings and just have sort of a stoic outside and a silent inside, and that just doesn't work for people who are struggling with mental health. So learning how to have these conversations. One of the things that I like to do is I've got a very laid back approach with my counseling style. I want people to feel comfortable coming in and talking to me, whether they're my patient or someone else's. And I try to have no expectations. When someone comes in and they want to talk, I just sit there and listen, and I try not to let my face do a whole lot of shocked looks on myself, just so that they don't feel like I'm shocked by the things that they're telling me. So having minimal expectations, making it a comfortable place for them to talk, and essentially just one person trying to help another is the best way to get through this crazy mixed up world we live in. So looking forward to this class. Dr. J, thank you, and I hope this worked. I had some issues uploading, so hope this works. Thanks, bye.